Imagine coming home from a business trip after a couple of months only to find out that there are new owners in your home that actually purchased your home while you were away. Well, recently there has been a story circulating in the news about a couple in Etobicoke whose home was sold without their knowledge. Now, this is a very unique situation. It's not heard of very often, and I'm sure everybody has a million questions. So in this video, we are going to break it down a little bit and hopefully answer all of your questions. Before we get into things, my name's Matt. I work with the Linda Maguire team here in Burlington. And if you're considering buying, selling, investing, or just want to chat all things real estate, you can click the link below in this description and book a call directly with our team. Now, the first big question here is what actually happened? What are the details here? So this actually happened back at the start of January of 2022. A couple in Etobicoke went away on a business trip for a number of months, so over 6 months. And when they returned home, there were new people in their home and they had actually purchased the home without their knowledge. Now, naturally, the next question is, how did this happen? Basically, there were two people that posed as the sellers and sold their property when they were gone. So these people would have had to, one, know that someone was gone for an extended period of time. They would have also had to have very detailed information about the sellers and their identification. They would have had to forge identification documents to show that my face is actually associated with the seller's name on title of this property. And then from there, they would have had to meet with a realtor to show the home and sign paperwork. They would have had to allow showings through the property, and then ultimately, through negotiations with their realtor, sell the property. Now, it doesn't actually stop there. Not only would they have had to fool the realtor here into believing that they are the actual owners of this home, they would have had to also deal with a mortgage broker likely, and definitely would have had to dealt with a lawyer to close this transaction. And a big question here is, how did this happen and how did they fool all these people? Well, everybody along the way was kind of a victim here to these criminals. They could have made very high quality fake identifications that, the average person wouldn't be able to identify, but still there should be systems in place that stop this kind of thing. And there actually are. So as realtors, we put every single buyer or seller through something called Fintrac. It takes their identification, their information about their job, and puts them through a system that's supposed to catch things like money laundering, criminal activities, and anti-terrorism. So you think this would have caught it. Well, not only there, but going through the lawyers, they would have had to do the similar verification of the identification of these homeowners. And also, the land registry office would have had to transfer the title from these fake owners to the new owners. Now, I know this seems like something out of a movie and a one-off, but after this story came to light, there was another one that actually emerged about a similar story where a house was sold without the owner's knowledge, and one statement said that these two might be related. Now, this case hasn't gone to court yet, so we don't know the outcome, but there's a lot of questions about what's going to happen here, and we're going to have to speculate a little bit. But in my mind, the victims here, so the buyers of this property, as well as the sellers that didn't know their house was sold, should not be penalized here. Now, it's not quite that simple though. There's a lot of moving parts. Let's say that the buyers of the property actually sold their house in order to buy this one. Now, what happens there? Ideally, these sellers are going to get their house back, but there's a lot of things to consider as this goes to court. So we'll see what happens in the news and we'll definitely keep you posted, but I'm interested to see how this actually plays out. Now, the final question is, how do you protect yourself from this happening to you? And the simple answer is title insurance. So title insurance isn't mandatory in Ontario, but it's on over 99% of homes that are owned in Ontario, and it does protect against title fraud, which is, in this case, what happened here. So that's it for this video. Let us know what you think of this crazy story and also what you think is going to be the outcome here. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel, as it helps get this content in front of more awesome people like you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.